Christmas fundraiser, excuse me, Jeff, I had a nice little visit with Roy Brown. He wants to hear from you what is happening after this meeting.
Sure.
Now, he's running for the governor. I think that's wonderful. So he will wait to hear what we have to say
Sure.
after this meeting. Now, the other thing is, oh shoot, I just forgot. Okay, so, let me go back.
Well, the first thing is to gather the evidence and document it.
Oh, excuse me, Paul. Montanans for multiple use, they came up here too. Leslie Colossi and I named them until they came up here, finally started a group, and they're a good outfit. And stewards of the range, if anybody wants to look up that, and look up coordination plan. Aubin has been working on that, I worked on it for some time, and that is a very important plan. And if anybody wants to know any more about that, you call Bob Clicker over at Walla Walla, Washington. Or you look up Ferry County coordination plans, or you call those Quicken reporters. It almost makes me want to move to Washington State. They have the coordination plans in several other counties. One of the best.
Part of the reason people have been calling me was that back in the 80s and middle 90s, I was involved in the militia movement. Now, the national media has blackened that word. But go back and read the constitutional basis for the citizens militia and read what it's really set up for, and it's all contained there. Now, I'm not saying that we should start a gun-toting militia in Lincoln County.
No.
All of you guys, most of you guys are hunters anyway, and you're usually loaded for bear when you're out and around. And I don't know very many truckers that haul logs in Lincoln County that aren't loaded for bear. That just goes without saying up here in Montana. We're Montanans, for crying out loud. But that issue did come up in the Federal District Court in Billings when I was testifying during John Troutman's trial. And we just simply put the record straight. And it came up in Roundup when I was testifying in Jerry Lopez's trial. And we put that on the court record also. And shut the attorneys for the opposition right down with the simple fact that, and what our Supreme Court has recently reaffirmed, is that that Second Amendment right belongs to everybody, us. We, the people, okay, have the right to bear arms. And so, go ahead.
Okay. You know, look what our government did to the Japanese citizens after the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor. But one thing I wanted to ask people here today is something I was talking to you about was it the federal government buying all the acres of land in Montana and selling it to Nato? Did I hear that correctly, or is that correct?
Yeah, and you folks probably know a lot more about that than I do. I haven't had a chance to. There's so many issues out there. The thing to do is go check it out on the internet.
Yeah. Well, I know the reasoning behind it is because no American citizen in the military is going to fire on its own people. We're not China. And I know that they would come over here and they'd fire upon us.
Well, you heard the Army News magazine talking about putting those people returning from Iraq on a 3-month tour to contain American dissidents, is what it boils down to. Teach them how to do that. Teach them how to use the non-lethal, quote-unquote, weapons that they've come up with, the weapon systems that use laser and rubber bullets and all that junk. And they've got stuff that we haven't even heard about. Things that can blind you, sonic weapons that can make you deaf.
Knock you down.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff on the internet about that. Bottom line, we have to keep our eyes wide open right here in Lincoln County. We need to concern ourselves. This needs to be a local effort. When it's time to present this to the right people, then you go to the people that are supposed to be responsible for that area. It was Aubin's idea. If we had the proper proof and documentation and witnesses in tow, we could confront the governor of the state of Montana and make him answer to our concerns. Do we have the right to redress a grievance or don't we?